So I played the original Far Cry in 2023, and it's the most interesting Far Cry experience I've had in years. The first thing you'll notice is actually developed by Crytek. It's got nothing to do really with any Ubisoft studio, which is why it feels so different from all the other Far Cries. Weirdly enough, this game that was made 20 years ago somehow plays a little bit better than Far Cry 6. Now I know what you're thinking, you're probably saying, come on Jack, stop it, you're being a bit dramatic there. I'm being deadly serious. The AI is better here. The gunplay in the sense of actual difficulty and balancing is actually better here. Level design, unironically, is better here because it's not a proper open world, it's an actual level-based system that has slightly explorable areas. But the one thing that is definitely not better here is the story and the voice acting. Oh my god.
Who are you?
I'm the guy who's going to tell you how to survive. Call me Doyle.
How do I know I can trust you?
Well, for starters, how about the fact that I haven't turned you in?
No sign of Val herself, but I found her camera. There's also a file here on some joker named Krieger.
This archipelago is the ideal location for my research.
Shut the fuck up!
Honestly, it's not even that bad if you come at it from a comedy sense. It's quite funny. It is quite funny. But the reason I'm making this video is because I haven't quite completed it yet, but I've played enough of it to know that it's kind of worth talking about without being a review. I'm already going to do a should you buy on it on this channel, and I'm also probably going to do a video on the Sticky Man. The Sticky Man is my second channel, so if you're new here, or if you're not new here and you've been watching my channel for a while, you don't see the community posts, come check out the second channel. The link will be in the description. It's a bit more entertaining, I think. Anyway, the point is, I just wanted to show this game off, because the likelihood of many people not playing the original Far Cry is incredibly high. And if you're on a PC that is reasonably good, you're going to run this game just fine. It's going to be running past 60 FPS, or at least 60 FPS. There's a little bit of motion blur from what I could tell, which isn't great, but Far Cry games have always had motion blur. Do you remember Far Cry 3? Far Cry 3 you couldn't turn motion blur off for some reason. Why they did that, I don't know. First thing you'll notice is actually how decent the AI is. Now, the AI is inconsistent. It's like schizophrenia on the next level. Sometimes they're really good, and sometimes they're really dumb. It really is just a mix, and you have to accept that. There are going to be times where you're going to be sneaking past enemies right in front of them and they won't even see you. And then there's going to be other times where they're going to see you from like 50 miles away. It's kind of ridiculous. Why that is, I don't know. I looked it up. Apparently there's some issue with the code after an update which makes the AI really aware of things. Like I was in a tent at one point and they were shooting me through the tent completely accurately and I couldn't see them and they just kept shooting me. And the reason that's a problem is because you don't have your health recharging in this game. You have to find health packs. This came out during the days of health packs, okay, before Call of Duty took over the whole industry. And that's something I want to talk about. I really like the difficulty in this game. I know, some people are thinking, what? It's cheap, it's bullshit, it doesn't work half the time, and I agree. But it makes it difficult. It makes it really, really difficult, and I've been craving something like that. That's why I'm enjoying Elden Ring. By the way, yes, a review of Elden Ring will be coming, but not for a while. I'm going to take my time with that game, but the point is, I just like it being a difficult game, even on normal. Now, admittedly, it's not going to be for everyone. A lot of people, well, most people are going to want a balanced experience. I totally understand that, and I'd usually want a balanced experience. But it's just nice to fight some AI that aren't real people, that is actually somewhat challenging, that communicate and actually spot you when you're right in front of them, you know? Going through every single Far Cry game, it's been pretty depressing playing Far Cry 3, 4, 5, 6. Every game it's the same, the AI never improves, so to go back to the original, where the AI just outclasses all of them, it's you know, it kind of shows how lazy Ubisoft has been. But we're not going to go into a rant about Ubisoft, I think we've done that enough times. Level design is really interesting. It's not great, and admittedly, some Far Cry games do have better level design. Like Far Cry 3, it has more interesting level design. There's more verticality, there's just more options in that game. But with Far Cry 1, it's kind of linear, but it's kind of open. Think about it like God of War 2018, just nowhere near as big. And each realm is the next mission, basically. That's what it is. That's what it is. And I found it really entertaining, at least so far. I'm pretty sure I'm only like 5-6 hours in, so I'm sure I'm going to be near the end. There's some interesting plot developments going on, but so far the level design has been really consistent. Not the best in the world, can be pretty boring. There are some missions where it's really linear and you just walk and walk and walk, but you know, for a game that came out 20 years ago, I can forgive it. Weapon selection's pretty good. I'm sure you've seen the weapons. You get an SMG. You get two SMGs, actually. One that's for stealth and one's that... it's a P90, I think. You get assault rifles, you get pistols, you get snipers, you get rocket launchers, you know, the usual stuff. Nowhere near what you can get in the newer Far Cry games, or pretty much any first-person shooter on the market at the minute. But it's really well balanced. Like, each weapon has a specific reason to be there. Like, if you want to play in stealth, you've got to use the SMG with the silencer, which is the MP5, I think. No other weapon in this game so far, I may find a weapon that I'm not aware of, but every weapon has a specific thing to do, and the SMG is for stealth. And I found that really weirdly unique, because we're so used to having the option to put a suppressor on every single gun you get, and then, you know, your assault rifle is suddenly the best stealth weapon in the game. You know, I kind of like the being restricted a little bit, having to have a specific weapon to play stealthy. There's a risk to it. There's a risk to it that you don't get from other games like Far Cry 4, 5, and 6, and New Dawn, and the Primal game. I never played Far Cry Primal. That's gonna be a weird one, I've never played it. Anyway, that's a good point to mention. I'm playing through every single Far Cry game, starting with Far Cry 1. I'm gonna be reviewing them all on the channel, and then on the Sticky Man, I'll be ranking all of them in one go. So that'll be like a fucking hour-and-a-half video, probably. Jesus. But yeah, that's what I'm doing here, if you're wondering. But yeah, I just thought I'd make a little first impression video, because I really enjoyed it so far, and I wanted to get my thoughts out before I continue on playing with it. Because playing it basically. Because right now I'm playing Mad Max, and I'm also playing X-Men Origins Wolverine, which is going to be really fun. I can't wait to review that game because it is so good. It is so good. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this little flashback to 2004, 5, whenever this came out. And yeah, have a good day. Bye bye.